Hi and welcome back. Today I wanted to go out of this cycle of talking about certain aspects of spirituality to just give you maybe some background about me, some background why I'm so focused and so passionate about spirituality and what my path was to here. So this path probably started in not that far away from now. In the past, I think the biggest aspect was when I was outside my country, working in different country, and just meeting with certain spiritual teachers of the local church, but they were monks, they were not necessarily priests, and they were focusing very much on really talking about certain aspects of religions or religion that I was not sure about. And I had those talks every month on Fridays, like first Fridays of the month, and they were so inspiring. I was so eager to really talk about those aspects, and I was so maybe confused when I needed to move out, because this spiritual teacher that I had just stayed in this location, and I moved back to my country of origin. But that gave me the idea that not necessarily we only need to just stay in what someone talks about our religion, about our spirituality. I went to discover my religion, my faith even more. I went to just read the Bible myself. It was around 5 times. I had time while going to work to read it, and it was on daily basis on my Kindle, just reading day after day after day after day. And I started to see some elements in the Bible, maybe not that clearly, but some elements that connected. Then I found as well some monks that were teaching on daily basis some elements from the Bible and explaining all those elements in different way than usually it's available on the mass. So that as well gave me some new idea that okay, there are some that started to think, started to discover, started to find the sources to get even more information about the real words that are written in those holy books. I started to participate in some events, and as well on one of the events it was just very connected to a physical world. It was for financial markets trading, that the one that provided the training just advised to just read some books that influenced him. He had around 4 near-death situations, and he opened himself up for different aspects of him as human being. So one of the books was Conversations with God, and I think that this book opened me up even more, even though I didn't yet finish all those parts of this book, because those parts are split into certain aspects, into certain motives that are in there, and author is doing the automatic writing of those books, or was doing, but I started to resonate with all those elements that were present in this book, but not with the mind, not with judging, but from the heart. It started to pour calmness in the heart, started to give much more confidence in those aspects, started to say, okay, look for more. What even opened me up further was I went to participate in some of the events from Dean Graziosi and Tony Robbins, like things like life mastery, things like really connecting to the knowledge industry that was provided by Dean Graziosi, and discovering the aspect of knowledge broker, so the one that wants to get the knowledge he has and give it to the ones that need it. It was the aspect of serving. This aspect of serving started to be the guiding force for me for lots of the elements that I've seen and I was going for. I started to try to find the course that I want to create. One of the courses was around cybersecurity capabilities. I then went to create the course about crypto markets that I was as well having lots of knowledge of, but both of those still were originating from my mind. And I felt that doing those, probably I will give favor to lots of people that don't yet have this knowledge to discover this knowledge. But for me, I wanted to see much more fulfillment. I was working in 9 to 5 and I was looking for something more already. I had nice income, but it was this comfort zone that I started to see as the comfort zone that my ego wants to stay in, not necessarily my soul wants to be in for a long time. So I started to check what I can do more to even deliver further aspects of my fulfillment to my current life. Then I started to see additional elements. Then I switched as well to participate in building the tribe, a process from Mark Bowness, which is very critical in this aspect. I saw that people in there as well want to be on higher spiritual level. I've discovered brilliant coach, the life coach, the coach that had ancient yogi knowledge around aspects of ourselves, was psychologist and had all those elements that made him really capable of talking about identifying one's proper idea for what the goal for the tribe should be. And additionally, what I discovered, he was brilliant in enabling the talk between souls and identifying when the brain interrupts this talk or tries to interpret. What I found on the road as well were a couple of techniques like reality transurfing, which provided the idea of being in observer mode just to see the world from the side, like third person perspective, just to see your yourself and your emotions from the side and have the ability to decide how you would react. In nearly same moment, I discovered as well that Tony Robbins, for mental clearness, for fighting with anger and fear, as well advises you to observe your emotions, observe your thoughts. So I connected those elements. On the road as well, I discovered Ultimate Freedom Experience from Robert Scheinfeld, and that was further eye-opener. It as well promoted or showed that there is this observer perspective, and we have choice not to react to certain situations. We have choice to react what we want to react to, not necessarily only be reactive, but choose to react to what we want. Later on, while going further in this spiritual aspect that I got enabled by this wonderful coach, he promoted these talks through different sessions that there were with different people. So I saw myself talking from the soul. I saw how high energy happens between us when talking from souls, how quick answers we have while talking from souls. And on this path, and it's no coincidence, there is no coincidence, I discovered spiritual teachers that exist right now and existed before. I discovered Sadhguru, that is one of the most important individuals, one of the most important human beings in India. But most important, we are equal as souls. So he is very important to shift our mindset to really spiritual aspects. I found myself as well reading Autobiography of Yogi by Paramhansa Yogananda, and all those elements started to connect to knowing with the mind that the mind should not be in the driver's seat. The mind should be in back seat, helping the real driver, that is the soul. The real driver that drives us through our hearts, drives us by serving, by enabling all our serving capabilities to experience the world in best possible manner and enable others to experience the world in best possible manner. So this is so beautiful that I started to see patterns that happened. The events started to be not only identified by the mind, by the heart already told, okay, look what's positive about this event. Correlate, energize others, empower others, tell them what are their real capabilities. Tell them that they are creators. They should awaken to the creation possibilities, not only be passive in the comfort zone. Even being present on the current event I'm on, this is the idea that God's repeated. When you are in your safe zone, in your zone of comfort, you are in bad place. Your soul wants you to go out of this comfort zone and be your true self and realize your true path to your true joy, love and happiness, to your true essence. I'm so glad that I got my mind to be aware of how it works. I'm so glad that I already saw people like this coach, that are following their heart without judging. If their heart says go, they go. If their hearts say do, they do. If their heart says be calm, I can handle everything, or I already know what the context is, then believe it. Experience it. Try to listen to your heart. Heart gives you challenges, but those challenges are for you and your capabilities. Nothing the heart gives you goes outside the capabilities that you have. If we connect this whole human being, we have limitless capabilities. If we make ourselves aware that we are spiritual being in human body, and this human body is just put on the framework of energetical body, not the way around, and if we start to say or to be aware that I'm not this body, I'm even not this mind, then something starts to connect. If you start to meditate, if you start to stay in calmness, stay in emptiness, just try to dispel all those thoughts that appear. You will feel calm. You will feel that something is lacking on the beginning, but the more you enable yourself, the more capable you will be in staying in this calmness for longer. You will open much more doors to your true capabilities, to your true self. That's such a beautiful journey, and I want to, in this tribe, try to build the bridge from physical aspect of us as human being to the spiritual aspect of us as human beings, to enable all of us to find our soul's dot. So what our soul gave us to do in this human experience that we have right now. What we are working on, what elements in ourself we still have to be loved. Because soul works on the love level, and limitless love, unconditional love level. That's the difference. Thank you, and see you tomorrow. Bye.